Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, officials say the fire on Palouse Highway and Valley Chapel Road is contained. This morning we'll talk to officials about the aftermath.
The Coeur d'Alene School District today will make a decision on the current mask mandate. This morning, what that could mean for students looking forward to prom and graduation.
Your mercies I see, all I have needed.
The Academy of Country Music Awards were showcased right here on KREM last night. Today we're talking about some of our favorite performances, including this one from Carrie Underwood.
And of course, we're going to take you outside, talk sunshine and temperatures that are a bit cooler than where they were all weekend.
We want to welcome you here to Up with KREM as high winds caused damages and power outages overnight. And this morning, we're seeing many of those damages on the South Hill. Brandon T. Jones joins us to show us what it looks like right now. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Joshua. We are here on the South Hill, and I've got to say, I've never seen something quite like this. Just from strong winds, it almost looks like a tornado rolled up and down this road. We're on 15th and Fisk here on the South Hill, and you can see behind me, Vista crews are still working and trying to get power restored. I've been walking around the neighborhood. Power lines are all over the place. Caution line is all over the place. Just a completely crazy situation. I have had a chance to talk to some of the neighbors just walking up and down the roads, and they told me at one point they looked out the window, they see sparks from flying all over the place. So we're just going to be out here all morning trying to get some of their reactions, talking to them. Everyone has told me they've been safe, but ultimately, yeah, it's just a crazy situation. So like I said, Joshua, we'll be out here all morning just monitoring the situation, bringing you the updates once we get them.
And of course, because of those winds Brandon mentioned this morning, we're tracking a number of power outages in our area.
That's right. So we are going to give you some of the latest numbers from around the inland northwest. Vista right now is reporting over 1,600 customers without power across Washington and Idaho.
This morning, Inland Power is reporting over 2,400 outages in the area. Most of those outages are in Spokane County.
And Kootenai Electric is reporting just over 400 power outages. Of course, we will keep you updated on all those outages this morning here on Up with KREM and on KREM.com.
And of course, we're watching those numbers go down, which hopefully means the weather's improving and situations are getting easier for those crews. Who better to ask than meteorologist Jeremy Legoo, who's outside right now.
Well, the good news is we are a far cry from that wind that we saw overnight that did cause a good chunk of that damage. The other news is that, well, it's going to be a bit cooler as we head through the day today. We still hang on to the sunshine, but you'll notice that drop in temps early on this morning, and that wind has a bit of a bite. We're sitting at 38 degrees here in Spokane, and temperatures in the 30s in North Idaho as well. So it is a bit cooler than where we started each day over this past weekend, and we are going to stay a bit cooler throughout the day. Our wind dies down significantly here in the next couple of hours. I really think by noon it's basically negligible. You're going to go, oh, okay, there's some light wind, but that's really about it. That's going to help crews significantly when it comes to cleaning up and restoring some of that power. But for the most part, we are heading into a calm couple of days of weather. We aren't going to notice that shift back toward more inclement weather until we get into the second half of the week. So for now, it's this. It's sunshine and temperatures trending way cooler than where they were over the weekend. We're topping out in the upper 50s here in Spokane after hitting the 70s both Saturday and Sunday.
Here at 7:04 overnight, this is what the scene looked like from the Spokane Fire Department. Take a look at your screen. Arriving at a scene of a brush fire on the Palouse Highway and Valley Chapel Road. And what you're seeing right now is not blurry video. It's just the amount of dust in the wind that was blowing throughout that area. Traffic was standing still on the highway as dust mixed in with high winds, making for a dangerous fire situation. Now, we've been told there were no evacuations, and we did speak to Spokane Fire about the situation.
So we had no evacuations. We did have structures that were threatened. We had engines there very rapidly. We were able to move the fire around that. But at this point, the fire is contained. We have crews who will be out there all night monitoring, making sure that nothing kicks up with this wind. All the homes are back and safe at this point.
The fire department says they still do not know how the fire got started, but the dust made it extremely hard to see how big it was. They should get more details throughout the morning as that dust and that wind continues to settle.
Today, the Coeur d'Alene School District will reevaluate their in-school mask requirement. That's according to the district. This comes after pushback from parents. The Panhandle Health District did rescind their mask mandate at the end of March, but the school district's rule is still in place. Protesters argue that schools shouldn't be forcing their kids to wear masks when the district no longer requires them. Today, they will review a couple of options, everything from keeping the current mandate to completely rescinding it altogether. Trustee Lisa May was the most vocal about not making the decision until the community can see an updated data.
Our students have lost so much in the last year, and we're asking a small amount to continue this year, masked at least 2 weeks till we see how spring break settles out.
Of course, we do want to know what you are thinking. Let us know. We have a poll on Up with KREM right now on our live Twitter poll. Do you think that schools should have a mask mandate? You can vote right now or even text us your thoughts, 509-448-2000.
All right, here at 7:06, it is time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
Now today, Spokane Public Schools is holding a community forum to discuss boundary changes made to their North Side schools. That includes Finch Elementary, Glover Middle School, North Central High School, among others. The community is encouraged to attend the forum to ask questions and provide comments on the newly proposed boundary changes. Now, for more information about the boundary changes and to register to attend one of those meetings, text the word school 509-448-2000. We'll send a link directly to your phone.
Today, students in Washington who have not already begun in-person learning will get the chance to do so. Governor Jay Inslee signed an emergency proclamation in March to get students back to in-person learning by April 19th. The proclamation requires schools to offer an in-person instruction option that equates to at least 30% instructional time.
Spokane native Tanner and Jacob Groves announced they will be transferring to play for Oklahoma's men's basketball. Tanner Groves was the Big Sky Conference Player of the Year last season, where the Shadle Park grad averaged more than 17 points per game. He had a career high of 35 points in the first round of the NCAA tournament against Kansas. His brother Jacobs averaged 9.3 points per game for the season of the East.
And that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Now, just in case you missed some of the amazing moments from the American Country Music Awards, we got you covered. We'll show you some of those standout performances.
Also coming up in our next half hour, a new bill in Washington could require schools to provide period products to students. This morning we spoke to the president of a club at Washington State University that helped pass the bill.
And all of that wind last night came thanks to a cold front moving through. I'll let you know what that cold front means for us today in terms of wind and our temperatures.